In times past, I would privately have presented these forms to the Auditor General in fulfillment of my statutory obligation. I've taken this step of presenting these forms publicly as a way of injecting some openness and transparency into the process of assets declaration.
Hello guys, this is Jibril on Authentic Plus TV. Kindly subscribe to the channel. If today is your first time, share this video, give me your like, and then let's continue the discussion in the comment section. President John Dramani Mahama, his second term in office, is doing exceedingly, marvelous things that needs commendation. He's come out to say that you cannot fight corruption in the dark. Else, in some time past, maybe during his first administration, he would have submitted the asset declaration form to the Auditor General in private. But no, this time around, no. He's doing it publicly. He's doing it publicly because he's realized that corruption is a serious thing, that if you want to really fight it, you have to fight it in the light. It means you have to make things public. That is where, it would be seen to be reducing and actually fighting against the canker. Because if you decide to fight it in the dark, nobody would even know what you're doing. And that's exactly what happened during his time. Even though he was fighting corruption, in a way, nobody seemed to have seen that. Nobody saw it. So this time, him being one time in office for 4 years and has come back again after 8 years, is telling the whole world that he's learned a lot and that he's going to implement something very new. So what he has done is that he has asked all his appointees to fill and submit the asset declaration form by the end of the first quarter of 2025, that is 31st March. If by 31st March, if you are an appointee under Mahama's administration, which warrants that you submit your asset declaration and you fail to do so by this time limit, not only are you going to be sanctioned, you are likely to lose your position. And this includes ministers of state. Yes. Ministers of state, because he as a president has done his.
In times past, I would privately have presented these forms to the Auditor General in fulfillment of my statutory obligation. I've taken this step of presenting these forms publicly as a way of injecting some openness and transparency into the process of assets declaration. I've always maintained that while it is all well and good to punish corruption, a more effective way of addressing the canker is preventing it from occurring in the first place. I honestly believe that if properly curated and enforced, the assets declaration process can become a sustainable tool for tackling corruption. Corruption by nature is insidious and thrives under the cover of darkness. The more light that is shone on it, the more likely that it will be fought successfully. I've also taken this step to send an unmistakable signal to all public office holders, especially those that I have appointed, that I take the declaration of assets very seriously and expect full compliance from them. I've asked the Chief of Staff to send word to all appointees to ensure that they declare their assets by the end of the first quarter of this year, that is by 31st March 2025. I wish to stress that any appointee failing to meet this deadline.
What does that mean to you? What does this mean to you? That he's seriously bent on fighting corruption. Because he's realized that that is Ghana's main problem and the problem in Africa, corruption. And he said the most efficient and effective way of fighting corruption is to prevent it from happening in the first place. To prevent corruption from happening in the first place. So then when you declare assets at the end of the year or at the end of the term, you would have to do redeclaration. You would now have to look at what you have acquired when you came to office. And that is where the issue will unfold. So first of all, the moment you declare your assets, you are guided by the fact that at the end of the day, or at the end of the term, whatever you have acquired would also be looked into. So you be guided, and then you be modest, and then you will be satisfied with what you have. I know somebody is saying that not for the African man, but hey, human being, the needs of human beings are insatiable. But at this time, he means business. If you want to acquire something, let it be legitimate, else you are going to be punished seriously for it. Because this man means business. His second term, he's not joking at all. Thanks, like this video, share it, and then give me, let's discuss this. Let me know what you think about this video. The man John Dramani Mahama, he's fighting corruption. Just let me have your take on this video.